actually take 85, it's just highway. Same old highway that it'll look like anywhere you would go around the country. But then when you take exit, make the left onto Pleasant Hill Road, and boom, it's like I'm in Korea all over again.
네, 호남 향후에 선언을 하겠습니다. 첫 번째 애틀란타 한인회 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 네, 두 번째.
Everybody finds it very fascinating when I say Korean is like the third most spoken language in the state of Georgia, or there are 150,000 Korean lives in the state of Georgia. So my name is Sarah Park. My Korean name is Yujung. I live in Gwinnett County, and I work for Gwinnett County's Convention and Business Bureau. I grew up in South Korea. The area I lived in was Gangnam, which was featured in Gangnam Style song by Psy. One Hit Wonder.
시간의 주인이 되시고 알파와 오메가가 되시는
First generation is very proud.
열방을 향하여 부르시고 애틀란타에서 살게 하시며
When you see someone that you know is from same background, I think it's easier for them to speak the same language they know.
애틀란타 동부 사회는 잘 아시다시피 미국 내에서 가장 빠르게 그 한인
I'm sure it wasn't easy for them. They just had to justify it. I left all my family in Korea, so for that, I have to justify my living here. When I speak to elected official or somebody who's connected with the community, they will say we came a long way. But then when I just meet somebody at the street, they don't know much about it.
H and B as in boy, and my last name is Cho, CHO. I graduated from UGA in 2011, and I found my job at the KOREATL. Koreans in general have a strong attachment to newspapers.
이거 좀 섞어서 여기하고 여기 발음하시면
We teach traditional folk art. We teach SAT classes on the weekends for high school and middle school kids. We are, I guess, a place of refuge. Everybody has a story about how they came to the US with $25 in their pocket or $100 in their pocket. As an immigrant, they always bring a baggage of, I may not be an invited member of this society. They had no other choice but to find the hardest and the most undesirable job they can find. They started cleaning buildings, and they were janitors.
To the city of Atlanta.
Atlanta wasn't really a big destination up till the Olympics here. If they had already had a store in LA or New York, they could sell their store and move to Atlanta, really live the lifestyle that they desire. They're going to Korean restaurants, they grab coffee at Korean coffee shops. I mean, bubble is very, I think, accurate way to look at it. It's a very voluntary type of bubble.
저의 이름은 이재우라고 합니다. 미국 생활은 11년 했고요. 정호야, 자신감을 갖고 아리를 오픈하게 되었습니다. 처음에 미국 조지아, 이곳 애틀란타 둘루스에 와서는 한 6개월 후쯤에 다른 사장님이 운영하고 있는 조그만 빵집을 인수를 했어요. 트리스토리 베이커리 앤 카페. 물론 많은 외국 사람이 방문을 해 주셨긴 했지만 너무 많은 한국 사람이 먼저 자리 잡고 있기 때문에 그 사람들만의 어떤 휴식할 수 있는 공간과, 그러나 언제까지 둘루스에서만 오픈을 할 수 없으니까 조금씩 넓혀가야 한다고 생각을 합니다. 한국 음식 문화는 하고 싶어, 이야기를 하고 싶어, 좋은 점이 있다고 생각을 해. 이야기할 게 많아.
Do you want to do Instagram live? Hi, my name is Seung-hee Lee. We are making tomatillo kimchi. I moved to United States 2008. Oh, what knives do I use? And currently I am an epidemiologist at the CDC in Atlanta. My hobby became a cookbook, Everyday Korean. 2 tablespoons of chili flakes. Food is the most important thing to me, period. I wanted to be a chef. My parents were like, fat chance. No. That's not happening. Korea is a very, very competitive society. Your grades, your test scores determine what kind of college you're going to go, what kind of major you're going to do. That pressure, living in Korea, that you have to be a good wife, you have to be a good mom, I think still exists. I was a really good daughter. I did everything my parents ever wanted me to do, but I never knew what I really wanted to do. I wanted my chance. And I knew America would give me that.
My name is Sam Park, State Representative from House District 101. I am the first Asian American Democrat elected to the state legislature, as well as the first openly gay man elected to the state legislature.
We're going to turn Georgia blue. All right.
On the campaign trail, I introduced myself and the values that represent me as faith, family, and hard work. Because growing up, those were the values that were instilled in me. We had a shoe repair store, we had a dry cleaners, we had a restaurant. We did a little bit of everything. Hello, it's Samuel Park. Please call me Sam, candidate for House District 101. Nobody thought I could win. And even some voters, they would just give me a hug and be like, yeah, good job, do your best, but don't get your hopes too high. We fought until the very last second.
Look what happened. Look what we have now, and I'm so excited because this is just the beginning of it.
I decided to run because of the issues, and it was funny how after I won, it became all about identity.
김치를 놔야지.
Typical New Year's Day at Korean household. Holiday brings everybody together.
떡국. This New Year's rice cake soup.
We eat ham, black eyed peas, and collard green as well. And to eat all that, you need chopstick, knife, fork, spoon, everything.
And Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings of 2017. I pray this in Jesus' precious name.
Amen.
아멘.
Let's eat.
만두를 먹어보세요.
I always checked on myself, am I Americanized enough or American enough? Or so I was always on to what's something that I need to adopt, rather than embracing what I already have. Good luck, black eyed pea. Good luck, Elroy. Elroy is my daughter. She's 2. I speak to her in Korean.
잘라줄까?
You want the green bean? Michael, my husband, speaks to her in English.
What's the upside down?
X.
That's A. For Elroy, she can choose whatever she wants.
다 먹었어.
다 먹었어.
Okay, you're done. But I want to embrace the moment rather than pressure to become someone that I feel like I need to become when I like just enjoying who I am. Because I always struggle. Is it better to be 100% Korean? Is it better to be 100% American? And I always struggle like, what should I be?
저기 화이트잔에 드리면 돼요. Yeah, so we're at JS Kitchen, 요리책 Everyday Korean 저자고요. The clientele today, Koreans who are very well aware of Korean cuisine, wanting to learn Americanized Korean food. 어떠세요? 맛있어요? They find when they pack like a very Korean lunch, kids get really ashamed because other kids make fun of the food. Like, oh, your lunchbox smells. They cry. They come home crying, complaining that kids made fun of them. 마요레몬 많이 나오는 철이. They eat very traditional Korean food, but their children eat something very American. And I think that kind of, again, goes back to like, who's ready to be acculturated? And like in In whose terms?
네, 가까이 오셔서 보세요.
They will always ask me where I live. And I said, oh, I live in West Midtown near Georgia Tech area. And they're like, oh, like I wish I could live in the city. And I asked, like, why don't you? It never occurred to me that I had to live in Duluth. In fact, I would probably would do everything possible not to.
내추럴 와인을 되게 좋아해요.
I want to be American than pegged to me being Korean because I will always be Korean. Look at me. Like no matter how American I become, I will always be Korean.
사나야, 굿보이. 미국에서의 아침에 일어나면은 느끼는 것이 늘 두 가지가 있는데, 미국은 참 넓고 아름답다. 손, 굿보이. 나는 한국에서 이제 한국의 수도 서울에서 살았어요, 계속. 그러니까 집들이 굉장히 작았죠. 여기 애틀랜타에 와가지고 넓은 집, 넓은 마당, 넓은 도로, 넓은 공원 이런 것들을 보면 좋아할 수밖에 없다고 생각을 합니다. He's just 7 months old.
You say hi. What is she?
나는 영어를 잘 못하는 편에 속합니다. 글쎄요, 그러니까 미국에 처음에 왔을 때는 아들, 딸보다 내가 영어를 제일 잘했기 때문에 어딜 가서도 내가 영어를 해야 됐는데 그러니까 지금은 못하는 영어가 창피해진 거고 바이 그렇기 때문에 못 즐기는 것 같아요. 근데 중요한 것은 갈수록 내가 영어를 못한다는 사실이에요. 그게 참 속상해요.
Today we are at Hilton Hotel in downtown Atlanta. A prominent pastor from a church in Seoul decided to have a prayer breakfast in Atlanta. By the number of people that attend Sunday services, it's the largest church in the world.
인사는 미국 신사가 제일 좋은 것 같아요. Good morning, 좋은 아침입니다.
About 90% of all of the attendees here, they live way outside of the city, so they all drove in specifically to attend this event.
참석 소수 가운데 꿈꾸는 사람이, 긍정적인 사람이 세계 역사를 바꾸는 것입니다. 왜 우리 한국인들이 미국에 와서 지내게 됐을까? 이곳에서 꿈을 꾸고.
So obviously I'm here, and after this I'm going to the USCIS office to do an interview for naturalization. I decided to apply for U.S. citizenship. I knew that at some point I was going to do it, but you also have to give up your South Korean citizenship. That kind of takes an emotional decision. Where is my home is a constant question that I actually had to think about before I answer. My decision to become a U.S. citizen means that Atlanta is my home, and there is really no other home that I can go back to.
Which one is it?
So it's my mother's 70th birthday. We're just working on cooking dinner
그거 장갑 꼈냐?
for a birthday dinner.
In some way unbelievable.
Being born and raised here, it's like I'm a Georgian, right? People place so much emphasis on identity, and it is important. Oftentimes, I think identity can be divisive as well. The Korean American community is more socially conservative. I think 95% of Korean Americans are Christian. Walking into that space where there was tension was difficult in my early 20s. There was a time where I turned my back on faith because I thought I couldn't be both gay and a Christian. But I think to break stereotypes as well is something important for both the Korean community, but also for the LGBT community.
Tradition and
My mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
잠깐만.
We still have a few options left when it comes to her chemotherapy treatments. But of course, it's concerning if she starts to feel pain as a result of the cancer. She raised us by herself. She worked hard to make ends meet. She is an extremely, extremely strong woman. And I benefit from the life that she's lived and the example she's provided.
I really love my country. This is kind of opportunity, country of opportunity, but not any other country. So it's really, really thank God for that. We have a home country, but USA is our country. Yeah.
You can really taste the lavender. Isn't that surprisingly good?
We're at, it's called White Windmill, one of the Korean bakery. I'm with my students that I teach every Wednesday night at Korean Education Center.
There's a theater that plays the newest, hottest Korean movie, even though it's just one a month. I see different people. I see not just Koreans there.
They apparently have a lot of questions with the movie.
I do.
But they know more about movie or certain actors more than myself. A lot of number do listen to K-pop music, go to a Korean restaurant regularly, watches drama more than I am. I don't watch Korean drama.
That gives me more opportunity to talk about everything I am and everything I know.
We can relate to that.
It's nothing like our culture is better than the other, but since I was blessed with this one culture, I want to embrace it, I want to preserve it, and I want to make it into my own museum.
I'm Celeste Headley. This is On Second Thought. My guest today, our Korea Daily reporter, HB Cho. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Hey.
I am one of the regular guests on a segment called Break Room.
Let's take this idea of Steve's a little further.
I try to bring like the Asian American, Korean American, or immigrant angle. For once, I'm thankful for the president for making NPR news spicy. Some people enjoyed my wicked sense of humor. Oh my God, I loved every minute of that. Being Korean was something that you wanted to hide from your friends, and you never wanted to bring your friends home because your food smelled funny. People that are growing up now, the perception about Korea that they have is just a really dynamic and fast-paced, cool place. The barrier hasn't been broken, overcome yet. It's coming down, slowly but surely.
Hi Hannah, how are you? Good to see you. We're at Einstein's restaurant on Juniper Street in Atlanta. I think there's still time between now and qualification. Having a reception and fundraiser for my re-election campaign. Very nice to meet you. I'll give you feedback for sure. Catch my breath. All right, I'm gonna try and grab some water. We have folks running for state senate, for the U.S. Congress. John Ossoff is here as well. The president of the Korean Grocery Association.
fundraiser를 안 가져서.
No. For me to have the opportunity to create space to help open the door so more Korean Americans can start getting involved in the political process, I want our elected officials to look like and represent the diversity in our state.
Good evening, everybody. An exceptional state representative, but he's one of the rising stars in the Democratic Party here in Georgia.
I've heard from a lot of Korean Americans that the process is so complicated. There's a lot that they have to learn about, the deadlines in terms of registering to vote, of early voting, of which polling place that you have to go to. It means you have to reach out. If there's no one teaching them, then how is a community supposed to have a voice?
Nice to meet you all. My name is Seung-hee. Seung means rising sun, and he means to make others happy. So I try to live up to my name. Today I'll be cooking 3 menus paired with wine. People always ask, oh, how do you cook every day? And it's like my stress reliever. Good food will resonate to anybody, regardless of where they're from. All the recipes in here are really geared towards like your weeknight dinner. I really wanted to do a very authentic, hardcore Korean cookbook. But my editor was like, but you want to ease in to these people that this, Betty Lou's in the South will never want to understand how to make that really authentic, Korean japchae, for example. So it broke my heart a little bit. I was like, oh, really? Very special stuff. Oh, so good. I worked hard to be an American. 10 minutes max. And there are times where I get really upset when people ask, oh, where are you from? I say, Atlanta. And they, oh, where are you from? What's the expectation when people ask me that question? The way I look, because I was born there, they will always ask, where are you from?
오늘은 아주 행복한 날이었습니다. 날씨도 아주 좋았고 손님들도 많이 찾아왔고 직원들도 즐겁게 일을 하고 있습니다. 백인 대상으로 했을 때 여기가 모르기 때문에 힘든 거는 손님들이 덜 오는 거지 다른 건 없죠. 그리고 또 한 가지는 이런 질문인 것 같기도 한데 하루에 한 팀 정도는 백인 손님이 기쁜 마음으로 혹은 그냥 아무 생각 없이 왔다가 너무나 이상해가지고 돌아가는 손님도 한 달에 한 20팀 정도는 있어요. 한국 음식 문화의 본 모습을 알고 가기를 희망합니다.
그러면 시킨 사람이 어디 있어?
나는 좋은 문화는 어딜 가서도 성공할 수 있다고 생각을 하는 사람이에요. 그게 트랜스크릭이 됐든 아프리카가 됐든 혹은 뭐 일본이 됐든 천천히 알리고 싶은 마음은 당연한 것이고
I just want more people to see value of inclusiveness.
Most people don't associate a large Korean population with Atlanta.
But it's to lay the foundation so that our communities can be more integrated in American society.
It's about time Atlanta pays attention to their natural resource.